Today we had an incident where a vehicle pulled up and fired multiple shots at a vehicle that was parked on the side of the street. A female was struck in the face, was taken to the hospital, and then later life-flighted to another facility, another hospital, because it was trauma to the face. Right now, we just know that she is stable but in critical condition with a bullet wound to the face.
Who took her to that other hospital? Or to the hospital?
She was taken by personal vehicle. We were able to talk to the person. The person wasn't here when the incident happened. They just happened to be in the same area and was flagged down.
Was the victim in the car alone?
What we know, yes, she was alone in the vehicle.
Was this random, or do you think she was targeted?
Right now, by the looks of it, I don't know if the vehicle was targeted or if she was targeted. Her windows are tinted, so I'm just thinking that the vehicle itself, multiple people probably have driven this vehicle before. She's got no record or anything like that, so I just don't see why she would have been targeted. So I'm just believing that the vehicle itself might have been targeted.
And how old was she?
Right now at this time we won't release her age or name.
And I believe another officer had mentioned they believe this was gang related. Can you speak to that?
This is just a heavy gang area, and that's the only reason why. They're just believing that we do have a situation where two gangs are dealing with each other in this area, and that's the only reason why.
I believe the other officer had mentioned there were two shootings overnight, which this is the third, maybe related.
Not certain on that.
Okay.
They just informed officers to be in this area just because of that higher presence in this area. But as you see, unfortunately, it still happens. We did have units in the area, and they responded quickly and had this area roped off really. As you can tell, the scene was nicely done.
What are you currently investigating? What's your next step forward?
Next step forward is just going and hopefully in a couple days. I'm not for sure how long it's going to take. They're talking with the complainant because right now we have no witnesses. She's going to probably be the only person I'm going to be able to get any information from unless somebody else comes forward.
Has she been able to talk to you? Has anything said?
No, nothing was said. She was struck in the cheek, so she really wasn't able to speak at all anyways. Like I said, that's why with the trauma to the face, it is going to be surgery, so that's why she was taken to the other hospital.
Is she in critical condition? Can you speak to her condition?
They said she was in critical but stable condition. Okay, the bullet is still lodged in her cheek, so like I said, the trauma until they get her to the other hospital and actually get in and get her into surgery, they couldn't give me any more. They just said critical but stable.
Highly populated area. Did anybody hear anything?
A lot of people heard it, but they didn't actually see anything, which unfortunately doesn't really help in the situation. Hearing it or anything like that, like I said, not a lot of people were able to see anything.
So when this occurred, she was sitting in the driver's seat of the vehicle with the
Yes.
windows closed, so they shot through the what?
Through the glass, yes.
The driver's side door.
Driver's side door, because she was parked with the passenger to the curb and the driver to the street, and she was sitting in the driver's seat, and you could detest because there's blood in the driver's seat where she was struck.
And she was shot how many times?
Just once in the
Just
cheek.
the once, okay.
Yes, on the left side cheek right here.
Are there any markings on her vehicle that might make the shooter think it's gang related?
No, there's nothing on there. It's a normal, it looks like a vehicle that anybody would be driving. So, like I said, I'm just not sure if they're mistaking the vehicle or somebody else is driving the vehicle. I don't know that until I speak with her.
Just two more questions for you. What stands out to you about this shooting?
The amount of times they shot. They shot 5 times at that vehicle. So that stands out. And then just the area that it's in. Like you said, there was 2 other shootings, so that stands out as well.
And what's your message to the trigger man?
Just hopefully somebody steps forward and gives some information because we do have a female that whose family is probably devastated at this time because of this cowardly act of just pulling up and shooting her.
When you say pulled up, did they get out of the vehicle? Tell us about that.
As far as we know, no. The vehicle pulled up and just opened fire on it, and that's all we know.
You said it had tinted windows. Do you even know if they knew somebody was in the vehicle?
Don't know. Like I said, they just pulled up and began to fire, so I'm not for sure if they even knew or just were shooting it up or, you know, sending a message or what. So yeah, until I'm able to speak with her, I'm really don't know.
And the person that you have detained was back in the patrol unit. Is that the,
He was just a person that was in the area and was asking some questions about the shooting itself, and officers just detained him just in case he had some information for us, but he didn't. He was just curious, saying that he heard the shots and heard that it was kind of a large caliber and was just wondering, and that's all that was. So that's when we spoke with him.
And the other woman that took the victim to the hospital, what is she saying?
She just stated that, like I said, she just stated that she came up after the incident already occurred, and the victim walked up to her vehicle and she saw her. She knows her. Said that she was coming over here to family members' house, apartment, stopped, and then she said, "Hey, I'm shot. Take me to the hospital," and then she did it.
Can you get your name and title one more time?
Yes, it's Detective Bobby Salazar.
Spell your last name for me, Bobby.
Salazar.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You don't have to speak Spanish.